Hey y'all, welcome in, welcome in. How's everybody doing? Trying to figure out if I want to readjust a little bit. Is that a little better? I think that's a little bit better. So, tonight, I don't know how y'all doing as far as energy. You feeling the energy tonight? The 11th is the Capricorn moon. And I don't know how you guys probably maybe still feeling some of the effects of the last Cancer moon. That one helped us see a lot of things. Probably brought up some emotions for some of you. Tonight, a lot of the songs have been really nostalgic type songs. So some of you maybe feeling that energy there. When I pulled stones out of the bag for the decks, the two that I pulled out were both green. Confirmation. The other one is the amethyst. So heart chakra energy, love energy, crown chakra as well. I feel like a lot of you guys probably did get the downloads, some of the downloads. I mean, we're constantly learning. But some of the downloads that you needed about your own life as far as within self, like how you talk to yourself. What are the patterns within yourself? What are the things that you didn't see before that you're seeing now? A lot of things were brought to light as far as like emotional stuff, emotional patterns of thought, some belief systems, that we're all still working on. A lot of those things were brought up with the Cancer moon, as well as mother and father, energy, because Cancer is mother and father, as far as, like very nurturing and things like that. But that tends to, and it is a water sign, so that does allow the emotions to come out. But for right now, until we get a few people on here, I'm going to go ahead and just do an overall with the Black Moon Astrology deck. And then I thought it'd be interesting to use the Alice in Wonderland deck tonight, and the Good Tarot. I'm going to use those together for personals, a card from each deck for each person. And we're going to go ahead and get started with this. Let's see if I can move my chair up a little bit. If I can get it to scooch. All right, so collective energy. What's the collective feeling right now? Excuse me. Any of you guys getting cold weather right now? I know where I'm at, it's pretty chilly. I think we're supposed to get snow. That's what they're saying anyways. Some of these epiphanies that you guys have had may have been pretty what's the word? Intense. Like one of those that you're like, oh, you kind of feel it straight in the pit of your stomach. Let's see. Collective energy. Okay. Bottom of the deck is Mars Force 5. Can't remember who it was when I did the readings 2 nights ago who got the Mars Force card. But, this is the 5 energy. This is Hierophant energy, religious stuff, belief systems. 5s are also changed. So, like I said, a lot of you may have been hit with some epiphanies that you felt in your gut. And you're like, this is something I need to work on. This is something that needs to change because I can no longer continue on that path. That path doesn't serve me anymore. So I am changing. I'm making different decisions from a higher consciousness. I'm doing things that are for my highest good. A lot of you can be making changes in your 3D as well, not just within self, but some of you can be moving, some of you ending relationships, some of you changing partners. That's too many. Getting out of a relationship, going into a relationship. I'm like kind of the big changes in life, getting a new job or creating your own business. I think it was last week I posted on the community tab about hearing the words, the push is what I was hearing, and I feel like that's definitely Mars energy. 8th house, endings and beginnings, and that's another 5. Yippers. So, the energy, but, we're still in Capricorn energy right now, and Capricorn is, Capricorn is the businessman of the zodiac. They're always busy working and they're firm in their belief systems. They're the 3D workers, like the hard work themselves to the bone. But in order for us, like with this Capricorn moon, this is time to plant the seeds of change, like the true seeds of change. Our last couple of years, we were purging and weeding out a lot of things. Belief systems, patterns of thought, patterns of behavior. And a lot of us felt this push recently to finally say, you know what, I'm ready. 8th house, endings and beginnings. And that's 5-5. A lot of you may be, let's see, a lot of you may be seeing 5-5. I'm trying to get it straight so you can see the card. I don't know why I have such an issue with that. So like I was saying, before I did the cards, changes. Lots and lots of changes. And 2 on the bottom, the moon, but it says soul. With this, I get following, with the 2, 2s are all about decisions, but I'm getting, following what the soul wants. Following what the soul wants. That's the crossroads energy. underneath that is a 3. So 2, 3, there's a progression. Mercury mind. So getting out of your head. And Sagittarius, I see. So, after Capricorn, I feel like with this moon is going to be very impactful on all of us. Like, even though we've already gone through a lot of changes, a lot of recognizing, the patterns of our belief systems, the childhood, what we grew up around, what belief systems were instilled in us from birth to age 7. Those are the things that we've worked on through shadow work to clear that. But I feel like a lot of us in the collective are feeling more of in a state of balance as far as within self, because we have released a lot of that stuff. But during this time, okay, it's very imperative that we be mindful about what we've learned thus far. So incorporating those lessons, incorporating the changes that need to be made, and not trying to force things, allowing flow. Flow is very important right now. And I feel like within myself, I feel the past couple days has been very calming energy. The Cancer moon was pretty intense, but after a couple days, feeling very at peace within myself. And some of you may be feeling that, some may not. But the important thing is that when we have this energy of Mars, that's Aries energy, that's new beginning energy. Aries is the first sign in the zodiac. But we're well aware that with with endings, there comes a new beginning. So try to see it from the perspective of that. So when things start changing, we tend to have that fear jump in. False evidence appearing real. The old belief systems, the old patterns try to jump back in and say, hey, wait a minute. We've done this for years, Are you sure you want to do this? And then when you start questioning yourself, then you fall back into the old belief systems. And, we do that. We're human. But the important part is to bring yourself back. Say, okay, what I've already learned this lesson. So how can I embrace this new beginning? No matter how it's ending, whatever's ending, we have to open ourselves up and allow for the energy to flow. So as these things come up within us, we need to, and I know it's hard, especially during the times when it's an intense type situation, but to be able to see, feel the emotion, but allow it to just release, transmute the energy. That's super important right now because there is a lot, I feel like not necessarily a lot. I feel like this is big, like big changes for the whole collective. And I feel like there's a lot of ancient ancestors around. I got this. I don't know who I got this with as well, because both of these cards came out when I did the live all signs the other day. But, ancient ancestors are around guiding us at this time, protecting us, giving us the hard truth. the hard lessons, the hard things the things that we may not necessarily want to hear. But we want change. And we're ready for that. We just have to see the change from a different perspective. And we've worked on that within ourselves and being able to handle things in a way that we don't lose control of ourselves. We are the only ones that can control ourselves. We can't control others, but we can control how we respond to any situation. So these are things that I remind myself. Gratitude, and the other thing is, in order for us to make room for new, we have to rid the old. So what is within that is taking up the space for the new to come in? That's what some of these endings are, is there's certain things that we have to let go of. And like I said, I feel like this is big for everybody in the collective. Each person, it's going to be something different. Song that's playing right now that just caught, like, I heard part. It's called "Haven't Met You Yet" by Michael Bublé. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. I may have gotten it wrong. I've not ever heard that song, but I was listening and I caught that part where he said, "Haven't met you yet." So some of you, like I said, relationships, leaving, and then some coming in. And I feel like some of you may be a little stressed. You may have a lot of tension within your back. Some of you may need to speak how you feel. Be open with your communication, but in a way that you would want to be talked to. And I know in certain situations it's difficult to do, but if, as within, so without, as above, so below. So what we give out, we get back. So if you are knowing that you can control yourself, then when this Mars energy comes in and gives you that push, it's Aries energy. Whatever you need to communicate, remind yourself, how would I want someone to relay whatever this is, relay this information? How would I want someone to tell me? How would I want someone to speak to me in a situation such as this? Whatever you guys are going through, because we all are going through different things. Like I said, I do feel like this is big energy. Some of you may be seeing 5s or 10s or 10-10, or 3s and 2s, or basically anything that equals 5s. But usually they stand out just as 5s or 10s, especially with the energy of this, because that's 2 5s on the board. And with all that red, I'm getting a lot of passion too. A lot of you have been feeling this passion, the energy of passion, and wanting to create, wanting to manifest, wanting to make these changes so that, you're planting the seeds. So when the next cycle comes back around for harvest season, then you've planted those seeds for what you want in your life. What do you want to create? You know, what is the energy within you? Have you released the things that need to be released? You know, are you holding back on yourself, on your passions? You know, because there's so much red in these cards. I mean, and it can be taken both ways, not just, you know, passionate energy, but anger, frustration, you know, anything. And that's also root chakra, you know, so that's where I got some people can be moving and things like that, because that's, you know, the root chakra is your foundation. So within self, it's the root chakra. On your external world, it's your home where you live. But I feel like a lot of you are feeling this passion, you know, with that soul card, you know, and this, it's moon, like I said. So with this moon coming on the 11th, are you planting the seeds for what your soul wants? You know, or, and this is a 3, you know, 3s always give me an energy of waiting, but this one talks about the mind. So to me, I feel like the majority of the collective is not in there, not the monkey mind, the in, you know, back and forth in your brain. I feel like we're in a state of action. Like, this is what I want, and this is what I'm going to do, and ready, set, go. This is the energy that we're in, you know. And then there's the Sag energy of IC. So, you know, a lot of fire, Aries, Sag. You know, 5s are the energy of the Hierophant. That's Taurus energy. So the grounded part. But there's, you know, there's also there's the negative side, you know, as far as for every sign, there is a dark and a light. So make sure we're not in the energy of bull in his china closet or anything like that, or my way or the highway, or, you know, like I said earlier, we need to try to be in as much of a flow state as possible. And like I said, I know sometimes that can be difficult, especially like with this energy of Mars, you know, with this card coming out, Mars. That is intense energy. That's Aries, you know, that's fire. It's passion. It's new beginnings. It's creation. You know, are you wanting to create a certain ending in your life so that you can create something new? I know I myself have been in that energy. You know, there's stuff that I had epiphanies about with the Cancer moon where I'm like, okay, it's time for change. We've got to let this go, you know? Hey, Christina Lynn. Good to have you here. Um, but yeah, this is intense energy, guys. I'm not gonna lie. It's big changes, but I don't feel it's intense in a negative though. I really don't. I feel it's a lot of passion. It's just a lot of that push energy, like, let's get this done. Let's move forward, okay? We've been doing the shadow work. We've been studying. We've been doing things for our higher, you know, our highest good. We've worked on the inner child. We've been working with the inner child. Um, so many things a lot of us have experienced, and learning how to release old programs, learning how to reprogram new things, new patterns of behavior. We have all gone through a lot of changes within ourselves, but for our highest good. So I do not feel this as a negative energy. I feel this is a very passionate, let's do this energy. I have the belief within myself. I want to create something beautiful within my life, and not just for myself, but for the benefit of the collective. I want to serve. I want to be of service. That kind of energy. So I'm going to put these over here as far as the overall energy. Set this one over here. All right, Christina Lind, are you still in here? Would you like an energy reading? Yeah, like I said, I feel like the moon on the 11th is really going to bring some changes. It's really, I feel, going to bring some things to light for you, whether it's download, aha moments, a message, and it can be a message in the 3D, physical form from an actual person, or it can be a message from your ancestors, your guides, your higher self, any of that. It's all about flow right now. Being able to allow the energy to flow through you is what we're doing right now. All right, so I'm going to use the Alice in Wonderland deck. And see, I just shuffled that. On the bottom is a 22 master number. Set your course. Know where you wish to go. Have a plan. The right direction. That's on the bottom of that one. Go ahead and shuffle this, the good tarot. See what's on the bottom of that deck. But yeah, a lot of pattern changes, I feel. A lot of you guys are trying to reprogram your everyday routines. This year I feel is so much different than previous years as far as, New Year's, new resolutions type stuff. But I don't know how you guys felt, and I may do a poll about this, but did you guys feel different when this, like, New Year's Eve, did you feel different energetically? I know I did, and I couldn't really explain it. If I could try to explain it, it would be like, kind of like the easy button, but not necessarily. Like, just flow state. Just allowing the energy to flow through you. It's kind of the best way I can explain it. But it just seems so different this year. The energy just seems so different. Like, at the end of the year, after that Cancer moon, there was a lot of emotion and different stuff come out with that moon. But this one, I feel like, since it is Capricorn, that's Earth sign, it's going to be, 3D, tangible stuff. Let's see what's on the bottom of this good tarot. 5 of Cups. So some of you may collectively, let me see what's under that one. Knight of Wands. Some of you either set your new course and you've made your plan on what you want to do. You're creating new things, manifesting new things into your life, planting new seeds, making some of you creating your own business, starting as entrepreneurs, getting yourself out there, and just basically setting up a plan this year. This is what I want. This is what I want to create in my life. And the 5 of Cups is on the bottom of this deck. So either, a lot of you, and I feel like this just collectively anyways, either some people, places, or things are being left out in the cold, or I can't even say that because I don't feel that any of you collectively are feeling left out in the cold. I feel like these are things, people, places, things that we've had to release in order to set foot, in order to get on this part of our journey. We had to leave things behind. And for some of us, it in the past did put us in a 5 of Cups energy until we understood that everything is always happening for our highest good. And everything that we go through is a lesson to teach us something about ourselves. 5 of Cups energy, I'm grateful for that energy in the sense that it taught me a lot. And now I have a different appreciation for the 5 of Cups. And not looking at it as a negative thing, not looking at it as a despair like I used to. Hello, Sky Blessings. I'm just talking about collective energy right now, but I will, if you would like an energy reading, I will put you on the list. That's completely up to you. I'm doing free energy readings tonight. So just let me know if you're wanting one done. But a lot of us have done the work with the 5 of Cups. We understand the energy of the 5 of Cups. There was times, that we were in victim consciousness and believed that we were a victim of something emotionally, whatever the case may be. I've been there. We've all been there collectively. But now that we understand the energy of the 5 of Cups and we know that it wasn't everything that happens for us is for our highest good. It was a reflection of the wounds that we have inside of us. And now that we know how the 5 of Cups is within self, we, like I said, I have an appreciation for the 5 of Cups because I've experienced both sides. Now I can see the 5 of Cups as, there's certain people, places, and things I have to let go of in order to move to my next lesson. Just as if someone has to leave my life, that is because they've learned what they need to learn from me and vice versa, because we're all students and teachers. It's just part of our journey that certain people will go off on their side and we'll go off on ours. But we don't collectively take it as a negative experience now because we know we're not victims. Hopefully I explained that correctly. But yeah, like I said, this is overall. And okay, sure will. Sky blessings. I will take care of you shortly. The beginning, I did do a collective reading for energy, our collective energy. Right now, and you can go back and check that out at your leisure. But we're in double five energy right now, 10, So we got the force of Mars pushing us to make new decisions. And just to sum it up real quick, and endings and beginnings, which is another five, which is eighth house. It's also Scorpio energy, transformation energy. So all of us are going through this right now. And like I said, I feel like the 11th with the Capricorn moon is going to be big changes for a lot of us. And like I said, a lot of people have had epiphany moments with that Cancer moon that we just had. I think it was the 29th of last month. Excuse me. But other than that, if you want to go back and check that out, you're more than welcome. But I will go ahead and pull a card for you. I'm going to go ahead and write your name down. Sky blessings. And we'll see what you got going on energetically. I hope you're doing all right this evening. I know it's a little late. I'm going to start doing my lives a little earlier, but I'm a night owl, so. All right. Oh, it's morning there? Wonderful. All right. Hopefully you're off to a wonderful day. Sky blessings. Energy. Sky blessings. I'm using the Alice in Wonderland deck and the Good Tarot. All right, Sky blessings. Bottom of the deck. It's an 18. No need to fear. Remember how powerful you are. That equals a 9. And when I talked about the, you may want to watch when you get a chance, you may want to check out the beginning message of the overall energy and some channeled messages in there. And I did mention fear, where we might have some fears pop up during this time because there's so much stuff changing. With the big energy there of the 2 5s, and it's possible, you may have been seeing 5s. I know I have seen them off and on, or I feel with that 1s, 8s, or 9s, because the card is an 18, which does equal 9. 9s are, toward the end of a cycle. So I feel like it's like the collective energy. You're right here at this space where you want to make you want to make changes. You want new things in your life. You want to manifest the things that are best for you. But Capricorn energy, we have some of those earthly things, and we'll feel that energy, the old energy of fear, false evidence appearing real. We'll have that well up within us out of nowhere, especially when we're making changes. Our inner child did so many things, when we were younger to keep us safe. So when we do anything different than our norm, anything that we have done our entire lives, we get that little bit of I don't know, that little bit of freak out moment, we get a little bit of that inside of us, like, I just don't, it's not knowing how to navigate. because this is something we've not experienced. It's a totally new energy. I see a lot of birds in this card. You may have been seeing a lot of birds. Birds are messengers, ancestors. I feel like, part of this fear, not only the not knowing part, but maybe a little bit of fear of making a mistake, putting a foot in your mouth, saying the wrong thing, putting if you're creating a business, maybe putting it out there incorrectly, or I kind of get a little bit of regret from that card. Like maybe something was said, because Capricorn energy is, pretty intense. Sometimes we can be a little, say things out of the moment and look at it and beat ourselves up and say, oh my gosh, I can't believe I said that, or something of that nature. So what I'm getting from, I don't know why that's what I'm getting from that, but I mean, if you look at this card, you can see that fish right there, but he's got another fish in his mouth. Let's see if I can get over here, right there. So that's kind of what I was getting from that. But those things are stuff that pops up. Most of it's from childhood, or maybe feeling like your voice isn't valid, or that you have to like stuff down how you feel. Like you feel that's a childhood thing, that childhood wound, feeling like you don't have a voice. Let's see what I got with the good tarot. Sky blessings. Clarify, please. Sky blessings. This on the bottom of the card is whenever this stuff pops up, because Capricorn energy, is going to bring that stuff out of us because we got to release it. So the quote that's on the bottom of this card says, remember how powerful you are. So I feel that's very important right now. Remember how powerful you are. You create your reality by your thoughts and your feelings. Whatever you've got going on in here, we manifest outside of ourselves. So I would say in these moments where you have this fear come up, remind yourself, there's no reason for me to fear. Everything that's happening in this moment is for my highest good. And if you have to repeat it to yourself, because I do, I have to just, sometimes in moments like these, I have to repeat that to myself. Or if you have certain mantras you say that help you to reground yourself and get out of your mind so much. These little things that we do to remind us, hey, it's okay. We all have that moment where we feel that anxiety and the anxiousness, come up. But if we employ the things that we've learned thus far and how to control our own energy, because we can only control ourselves, not anyone else, how we respond to a situation, how we act, how we feel in the moment. We have no control over another person, only ourselves. But if in that moment within self, you're able to collect yourself and say, no, that's an old system. This is an old version of myself that would fall into the fear category. I'm not going to allow that. I know I've learned this lesson. I know that I am safe. I am secure. I'm powerful. I am a wonderful, beautiful, amazing creator. And I'm going to create good things in my life. And I know that all of this that's happening right now is because it's something I need to look at and release it, whether it's transmuting, changing the energy. You can do that many different ways: dancing, um, singing, watching something funny, just bringing something that brings you joy to your life, just something you're passionate about. And it can be anything, because everybody has different things that they're passionate about. And there's a gajillion different ones. But on the bottom here with this good tarot, you got Messenger of Earth, which I believe that is the Knight of Pentacles. Under her is Capricorn energy, the Devil, and Tower, and an Emperor. So I feel like in this you are, if you're not the Knight, you're the Emperor. But I feel like you're the Knight. But if not, it can be the other way around. Don't make it fit if it doesn't. But I feel like it has to do with this fear, whatever this thing was that came up within you during this moon. Whether it was the last moon or in between that moon and the one that's coming up on the 11th. If you haven't had this happen yet, like with the beginning of the overall energy collectively, I feel like a lot of us are going to have a big thing, a big change by the 11th, because that's when the Capricorn moon is. And I've got Capricorn energy right here. So, and it can just be, the message. This can also just be the messages you're getting from me in the Capricorn energy, because we are in Capricorn energy. We're just not in the moon as of yet. Or this can be an offer that either you made or someone else made to you. Whatever it was created a tower, or it will create a tower. And that's where the Emperor energy comes in. So it's either you are the Emperor, or someone that's coming in is the Emperor, or there's something that you may have been experiencing or will experience. And this is just a little snapshot in time. In this moment, any of this can change with you making a different decision. So none of this is ever set in stone. Any reading you get is not set in stone. It's just a snippet in time of the energy. Under that Emperor was the Knight of Cups and the King of Cups. So either you're the Emperor with the Knight of Cups and the King of Cups, or that's the Emperor that's coming into you. So whatever this is, don't allow the fear to deter you from what it is that you're passionate about and you truly want to do. The changes that you want to make, don't be afraid to do it. Don't allow the fear to deter you from where you want to go. If you want to make an offer, because Capricorn's also about contracts. Capricorns rule contracts. They're the businessmen of the women of the zodiacs. And this doesn't have to be romantic either. This can be an offer. This can be a job offer. or this can be a love offer. And I feel like that fear that came up, maybe, that it's a pattern of thought that maybe it's a bad offer, it's a negative offer, it's something that's not going to be for your highest good, that kind of stuff. But right off the bat, I got a contract. Because the energy of the Mars and the new innings and new beginnings, I got very good energy off of that as far as the overall collective reading. So I feel like if this is some kind of fear, like this temptation part, if this is a fear and it's not a contract, then it's an old belief system, that you were taught growing up that, oh, if you do that, then you're making the wrong decision, or, that kind of stuff. But that is what I have for you, Sky Blessings. I hope that helped you in some way. Scorpio dating a Capricorn, but far away distance. So that's you're probably the King of Cups, the Emperor and King of Cups. Let me see what's under the King of Cups. Two of Swords, yeah, crossroads energy. Three of Swords, being afraid to have a broken heart. Being afraid that, and that's tough. I understand long distance relationships, but once you have that faith and that trust within yourself, it makes it so easy to trust another. You just have to be in the energy of trust within here. Will you ever get to meet him? Well, I feel like yes, because underneath this Two of Swords and then the Three of Swords, this is you getting in your head worrying about being heartbroken. There is a Knight of Swords, which is, a message coming in fast, with the Two of Cups. So I feel like that's a possibility. But remember, you're the creator of this. You're the one that's manifesting. You have to be able to let it go, though. When we plant the seeds, we've got to be able to plant them, and we tend to the garden, but we let it go, and then we, it has to be reciprocal, back and forth, equal give and take, balanced energy. So if you stay balanced within yourself, sweetheart, it'll flow naturally. So I hope that helped you. Sky Blessings, hopefully gave you a little bit of clarity on that. Hello, Nancy. You're welcome, Sky. You're welcome, sweetheart. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate your likes, shares, and subscribes as well, if you feel drawn to do so. Thanks for visiting. Nancy, I'm doing energy reads tonight. So basically, I'll read your energy, and whatever comes out in the cards, it will be what comes out. I'm not actually doing like questions. I'm just doing energy readings. It usually comes out in the cards, though. But I'm going to take a really quick break, though. if you guys don't mind. And then I'll be right back. And Nancy, I'll write you down on the list for up next. If you don't mind, I've got to go use the restroom right quick, and I'll be right back. Okay. Thank you, guys. Okay, I'm back. All right. Nancy Bago. I don't know. I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry. Let's go with Nancy. All right, Nancy's energy. When you get a chance, Nancy, feel free after your read to go back to the beginning. I did do an overall energy reading for the collective. Um, that is the general collective energy that we're dealing with at this time, which is changes, endings, new beginnings, planting the seeds. And there's going to be lots of different changes going on between now and the 11th. Big aha epiphany type moments. What do we got for Nancy? I gotta look. Sorry about that. The song that's playing right now is The Sound of Sunshine, Michael Franti and Spearhead. So that song may resonate with you right now. If you don't know the song, you might want to go listen to it. I usually get a lot of songs, and if I get one that plays over and over, I have to go listen to it because there's a message in there for me. All right. You got, I wonder what will happen next. Ready? It's a number 2. Ready to adventure, precipice of change, pause before action. So 2 energy is crossroads energy. So you're kind of where a lot of us were, and some of us are still in this energy of wanting to make new things happen, wanting to make changes happen, creating new things, planting the seeds. But 2s is crossroads energy. I feel like if you don't know yet, if you're not for sure, if you're unsure of whether whatever this change is you're going to make, or this adventure is that you're going to take, I didn't mean to rhyme. Dr. Seuss came out of nowhere. Sorry about that. Whatever this is, I would say the best thing for you to do right now is stay in that wonder, in that childlike wonder. Remember what it was like to be a kid and have that curiousness, that joy of, what's this going to be like? Is this going to be fun? When you had something, like you experienced something new, something fun. I feel like that's important for you right now, Nancy, is to be in that energy. That's going to help bring you the answer during this time that's stuff is kind of paused. Let's see what we got on the bottom of the good tarot. 3 of Swords. Let's see what's under the 3. Knight of Swords. 9 of Wands. Ace of Swords. Okay. It looks like, Nancy, I feel like you probably have been a little maybe up in your head. Because the card that was on the very bottom is the 3 of Swords. Swords is about thoughts. But in the traditional tarot, it's the 3 swords in the heart, the heartbreak. But swords is mental energy. So thinking about, whatever this heartbreak was, remember what we think about, we bring about. You are a powerful manifester. Okay? So you're the creator of your reality. What is it you want to bring into your life? Do you want to release this heartbreak? This thought of heartbreak? Is this what is maybe keeping you paused? The heartbreak, or the memory of a heartbreak? Because under that is the Knight of Swords, which is fast incoming message. 9 of Wands is guarded. And under that is the Ace of Swords, which is the truth. And then 10 of Swords is we know what Ten of Swords is. Ten of Swords is being so much in your head. In traditional tarot, that's the guy laying on the ground with 10 swords in his back. But tens are completions of cycles. So I feel like this is a cycle that you've had in your head of a betrayal or a heartbreak. But the truth is, if you can get out of this Ten of Swords, which is in your head, if you can get out of that, you've got the Page of Cups, and under that, you've got the Sun. So it's all a matter of perspective. What is your perspective, Nancy, on this this Three of Swords energy, this mental energy? And with the Knight, that equals Four of Swords. Is this something that has kept you paused? Because Four of Swords in traditional tarot is the man that's laying in the bed. And he has the three swords above him, which reminds me of this, the three swords. So he's laying down, thinking about in his head about the Three of Swords, but he has the fourth sword underneath him. Which to me, that's the Ace of Swords, representing the truth of what it really means. And in my own experience with the Three of Swords, a lot of times when I had that energy of Three of Swords, and I was stuck with that for a very long time, because I stuck myself with the Three of Swords energy for a long time, believing, that either it was all their fault or it was all my fault, or, whatever. We are our own worst critics. But I would continuously bring that about in my life because, what we have going on up in here, and then what emotion we've attached to that thought, we manifest that into our reality. But I feel like if you're going to release this with this moon, which would be a great thing to do, to let it go, you'll get the truth about it, and you'll let go of that Ten of Swords and have that childlike energy again of love and emotion and the happiness of the sun. And the sun also brings light to a situation as well. And I feel like that's what that pause is. I feel like your ancestors are wanting you to release this energy for your adventure, your next adventure to take off. Because a lot of us we've completed cycles and we're starting back over. This first card that you had come out as a 2, so you're already into the new adventure. But what's keeping you paused? Your ancestors are asking you. We don't want you to let this Three of Swords stop you. It's a thought. It's what's in your mind. What do you believe? Do you believe that you're going to be heartbroken? Are you afraid of being heartbroken? Or is this just a memory of something that you've already experienced, and you're ridding yourself of this energy, which is very important to do for yourself, for your highest good? If you have pets, Nancy, they're definitely close by you at this time. If you don't have any pets, I feel like you have um, guides, protectors that are animals. Because in this card, I'm seeing two cats. One of them looks very much alive, but the one in the background looks like it is. Let's see if I can get it to where you can see it. This kitty here looks very much alive, but is it not going to pick up the other one? There's another one back here. I'm trying to see if I can get it to where you can see it. You see him back there? He very much looks like a guide. So possible that you had maybe a cat, a pet when you were younger that's still with you. Still watching over you, still protecting you. I don't know how much you research cats. Cats are very they transmute energy. Each cat does something different, but they all very similar. Transmuting, changing negative to positive energy. And they also protect you too while you sleep. I hope that gave you some information that you needed to hear at this time, Nancy. Had one back in 2020. Yeah. Well, I feel like there's one that maybe you had it as a child. And I mean, there's a lot of stuff when I was a kid, I don't remember. And then there's some things I do. And even if it's not this lifetime, it can very well be a past life. Because obviously you do have connection to animals. But I hope that did give you some closure or some guidance regarding this. Like I said, it's all about perception. Do you see the Three of Swords as a it's all about how we see it, how we perceive the energy, and how we perceive, because everybody puts labels on everything. Just because someone says it's this, does it make it that? I mean, it's just big, like the big picture. Is it something that, is really true? Or was it something that happened in your life that helped you learn more about yourself and learn where maybe you were either holding back from love, or maybe where you gave too much and hurt yourself in the process? We tend to do a lot of things over and over again. That's what our cycles are. To where we get hurt, but it's because we don't have that love for ourselves. I know I didn't for a very long time. And I would continuously draw in this energy until I looked at it from a different perspective. That person was there to teach me about something within myself where I wasn't loving myself. I wasn't giving myself the respect. In your head a lot. Yeah. I kind of figured with all the swords, especially when I got to the 10. You're welcome, sweetheart. I hope that helped. I appreciate you allowing me to read for you. All right. So we've gotten 2 in this evening, probably because I did my read a little late, but that's all right. My whole purpose of doing this is so that those need the messages this evening receive those messages. So I will wait a few more minutes, and if no one else comes on for a read, then I will probably end the live. But yeah, lots of changes for everybody. But I really feel that it, with the energy, the flow kind of energy, it's different because none of us are really used to this energy. But it's also relaxing in the same sense. So very, I can't even find the word to describe the energy. It's kind of, it's new territory. It's the best way I can just say, new territory. A lot of us on this journey, this is definitely something we haven't experienced thus far. So good things, good things. Let's manifest good things, guys. And I really feel like a lot of the collective is in this space right now to where we're planting those seeds of intention and manifesting from a different space this year. This year is so different. So let's see, what do we got here? 8 of Pentacles on the bottom, and find the lesson. Discover the purpose in the situation. Trust that you are learning. That's an 11 and an 8. 8 of Pentacles. 8, 9, and 2. 11. And so yeah, that's a 10 completion. So I guess I'm going to end the live here. I appreciate you, Sky and Nancy, for coming on for readings. I appreciate you both very much. I'm sending love out to all of you, collective energy, and anyone else that sees this video after I post. Any one of you that have been on here, I appreciate you all very much. And I am going to end the live. Thanks so much, you guys. I appreciate you. Have a beautiful evening.